Okay, baby. Oh, phone's ringing. It's Aunt Karen. Hello? Hi, Aunt Karen.
Hello, darling. How is it going today?
Yeah, we're doing good. It's nap time right now, so I'm trying to get her to sleep.
Oh, my darling. I hear that sweet baby crying. Why is she crying?
She's teething and it hurts so bad she just won't even sleep.
Oh, well, sweetheart, I'm just gonna tell you a wee little secret right now. You got to rub some whiskey on the gums, and then that baby will go straight to sleep, and you won't hear a peep for the next 12 hours, and she will not cry over that teething pain anymore.
Whoa, hold up, Karen. It is not 1820 anymore. You cannot throw that kind of advice out there to new parents. No thanks. From Slumber and Bloom. I'm your pediatric sleep coach and potty training coach. If you're interested in these videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you get notified every time I put out new videos. I love sharing tips and tricks and all of my professional advice on sleep training and potty training, so make sure you tune in every week. So I'm just gonna jump right in and lay it on thick with a truth bomb about babies and teething. Teething should not permanently affect your baby's sleep skills. The truth of the matter is that when your baby's tooth is actually breaking through the surface of the gums, it should only impact your child's sleep for 3 to 5 nights, and that's it, at most. So if you're finding that teething is affecting your baby's sleep on a more regular basis, permanently and all the time, and your excuse is always that your baby is teething, it may be time for some sleep training. Take my quiz. The link is in the description box down below, and see if your child really needs sleep training before jumping into any other conclusion about teething. Before I jump into some tips on how to ease the discomfort of teething with your child overnight, I want to really dive into how to know when your baby is definitely teething. So the first thing that you should notice when your child is 100% teething is that you will actually see the tooth breaking through the gum. If you can't see a tooth coming through, then there is no way that it is seriously hurting your child so much that they can't sleep at all. So here are some other signs that may indicate teething. So your child may display a low-grade fever. This is not going to happen all the time, but it is possible during teething. Your child may have some increased drooling, so make sure that you have invested in lots of bibs and changes of onesies. Some babies develop a diaper rash, and this was actually true with all 3 of my children. Each of my kids developed a really bad diaper rash right before a tooth would pop through for them. So based on what our pediatrician told us, whenever my kids would get these rashes, and they would get the rash around their mouth and also on their bum, and the pediatrician had said that the acidity of the saliva actually changes, and that will affect a rash around the mouth and also in the diaper. Another sign that your baby is teething is increased sucking and increased biting. So obviously your child is going to want to mouth certain items that may feel comfortable to them or help them feel a little bit better and ease that discomfort while they are teething. So if you're noticing an increased amount of the sucking or biting, definitely provide them with things that are safe, healthy, and good for them to suck or chew on to help them work through that pain through their gums. Another sign that is not always typical in every child, but it can be typical in some children, is that they may be pulling on their ears. Because this jaw area and around the mouth is hurting them, they don't necessarily know where the pain is coming from, so they may be pulling on their ears. So just make sure that you double check with the pediatrician, because some of these symptoms can coincide with an ear infection. So especially if they're not sleeping at night, if you don't see that gum popping through and they have that low-grade fever and the increased drool and they're pulling on their ears, it may be an ear infection. But if it's not an ear infection, it could be a sign of teething. And one more sign that your child is teething is that they have a decreased appetite. So again, that could be a sign of a general cold or some other sickness kind of symptom. So make sure that you always double check with the pediatrician if you think it is something other than teething, but it absolutely can be because of teething and the discomfort and pain that they feel, that they may not want to put anything in their mouth at all. So of course, these signs will vary from child to child, and some children will want to put everything in their mouth and some children will want nothing in their mouth. So it really just depends on your child and what comforts them. So now let's jump into some ways that you can help your child through this discomfort while teething. Now, obviously, the first thing I'm going to talk about is teething toys. All of my children are beyond the age of teething, so I actually don't have any teething toys at home to show you, but there are so many different teething toys on the market. If you're a parent who has a child who has gone through teething before and you have a favorite teething item, then leave a comment in the description box down below. Better yet, leave a link for other parents so that they can just click on the link and check out exactly what you're talking about and possibly get that for their child. I love to make this YouTube channel a community where parents are helping parents, so definitely support one another in the comments down below. In addition to different teething rings or teething toys that your child may find comfort in, a lot of children will like things that are frozen. So whether it's frozen peas, any kind of frozen fruit, or just plain old ice chips, those are always great. I loved when my kids were little and when they were teething, they had these mesh pouches that I would just put ice cubes and ice chips in, and they would just suck at them and just go to town all day on cold items. And I don't know if it was that or the amber teething necklace that I used with 2 out of 3 of my kids, and it did seem to help, but that is definitely another avenue that you can research and make sure that you make an educated decision about that. Just make sure you make an educated decision about whether or not you are comfortable putting an amber teething necklace on your child, and make sure that if you do, you never put it on them while they are sleeping. Another way that you can help your child through teething is by giving extra hugs and extra comfort and snuggles. I say this all the time. If your child is going through a rough patch or regression or some separation anxiety, and it also goes hand in hand with teething and wanting some extra comfort, make your bedtime routine a little bit longer. If your routine is usually 10 minutes, make it 15 or 20 minutes. Add some extra cuddles, extra snuggles. Give your baby the extra comfort that they need. Think about how you feel when you're in pain or when you're sick, and that extra love and comfort that you seek from your partner or your parent or whoever it may be, it goes a long way. So definitely provide that kind of affection for your child. With that being said, during the day, during awake time, it's totally, perfectly wonderful and acceptable to get a baby carrier and wear your baby around the house or around the yard or go for a walk or whatever you need to do, but wearing your baby and keeping him or her close will definitely provide some extra comfort during this uncomfortable time. And then another tip that I wanted to share with you, and I have to say that you need to call the pediatrician and get their approval first, as I am not a doctor and this is not medical advice, is call and ask about administering ibuprofen. My kid's pediatrician actually told me that ibuprofen is better for teething than acetaminophen because ibuprofen has anti-inflammatory properties. So if you are looking for some sort of medicinal relief for your child, you definitely need to call the pediatrician about approval and proper dosage when administering any type of medication. But make sure that you call them and, get their approval before giving any type of medication. And this goes hand in hand with teething tablets or any other oral or topical medication. So with all of those tips on how to help your child deal with teething pain, and especially through the night, it's really, really important to make sure that your child has independent sleep skills so that they can transition from one sleep cycle to the next and have consolidated sleep through the night and great naps during the day. Better sleep is going to lead to better mood and better ability to cope with things like teething. If you're not sure if your baby needs sleep training, then definitely click the link down below in the description box and check out my sleep training quiz. After you take this quiz, and it is only a few quick, simple questions, you will automatically get my free baby sleep guide in your inbox. If your baby is still struggling with sleep and you're not sure what to do next, then definitely get in touch with me. Send me an email at missy@slumberandbloom.com, and we can definitely work one-on-one for a private consultation to get your child sleeping through the night. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with some other parent friends who may be struggling with teething and may need a little bit of advice on how to get through it. Stay tuned for another video next week, and while you're waiting for that video to come out, check out these videos over here, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I don't know how to say this. I need more caffeine. Ugh.
Give a little ring ring.
Oh, I have a stomachache.
Ring. Since when does ring go ring ring?
Was that okay? I feel like I'm having a contraction.
Maybe somebody should call CPS on Aunt Karen.